Hello to all the new viewers and subscribers of my channel. Winter has begun, and that means you need to prepare your iron horse for it. And this video is specifically for those who haven't had the chance to get themselves winter wipers yet. In this video, you'll learn about their pros, cons, and one really significant reason why you shouldn't buy them. Enjoy watching. Winter frame wipers. They come in a box like this, proudly displaying the word premium. The wipers themselves look like this. Basically, there's a rubber strip at the bottom that cleans the glass, and on top, there's some kind of material that vaguely resembles rubber, but it's actually not rubber. At least that's how it feels. Let's call it a cover. So this case is quite soft, and I can even believe that in extreme cold, it will be reasonably flexible. What caught my eye was that the ends of this brush are covered with plugs, which are glued either with glue or with some kind of sealant. The frame itself, or at least its visible part, is made of hard, thick metal. It feels quite nice to have that solidness. Although the mechanism itself is not visible, if you feel it slightly, there is no feeling that it is somehow liquid or hoarse. From the first impression, everything seems great.
Let me digress a bit. I've introduced a feature on my channel called sponsorship. If you're watching my channel because of the videos about the Peugeot 308, and if you like what I'm doing, and besides likes and kind words in the comments, you're ready to support the channel and its growth, I would be grateful, of course. It's not just for nothing, and not just for pretty eyes. Sponsors get some nice bonuses. All the details, the video link is in the description. Thank you.
And probably the most pleasant part. These adapters are for different types of wipers. First of all, the set comes with a whole bunch of options for any situation. It's unlikely that they won't fit you. Well, the second nice thing is the quality of the plastic of these adapters. It's pleasantly surprising. Thick, hefty, sturdy. Don't take this as advertising. There is something to criticize about these wipers. I'll tell you everything next. But the adapters, they're just excellent. Here it is, if anyone is interested. This is how winter wipers look compared to regular frameless ones. There is a noticeable difference in size, and it's quite significant. This is how summer and winter wipers look on a car. And to be honest, you won't really notice what exactly you have installed on the car without taking a closer look. They are at the bottom of the glass, or even in the niche under the hood. Plus, as a rule, the lower part of the glass is black. So the shape and size do not play any role in terms of design at all. So, let's get to the point. In light snow and slight frost, the wipers perform excellently. The protective cover does its job perfectly. Snow doesn't get inside, and the water doesn't freeze. Everything works exactly as it should. If the frost is a bit more serious, let's say around -5 to 7 degrees, then, to be honest, everything still works just as well. I haven't experienced any problems at all. The wipers clean pretty well. If the glass is a bit dirty, there might be some streaks left. But once you add some fluid, everything's fine. Let me make it clear right away that this stripe in the video is the stripe between the two wipers. And it occurs because there is a small nuance with my specific car. Or a flaw. Considering the design and length of the wipers, I want to emphasize that from the factory, water tends to accumulate in this spot after a swipe. And this water flows down in a stream. And when the wiper goes down, it also takes some of that water with it, leaving a small mark. As for the driver, it doesn't get in the way at all, and it's really narrow. In real life, it's barely noticeable. But considering that the dashcam is installed right in front of this strip, it might seem like a trace. It's really big, and it gets in the way a lot. So, as you watch all the footage, keep this in mind. So, if we consider trips in above freezing temperatures, everything is great. They clean well and don't squeak. I have no complaints. Outside, just so you know, the temperature is around 2 degrees, above freezing. If we drive in negative temperatures, I have no complaints either. Everything works. Unfortunately, there aren't any really freezing temperatures in Belarus yet, and the maximum we've had so far is -8 degrees. And it's hardly even freezing at all. But considering the nature of the weather, specifically the morning frost, then sometimes it warms up during the day, everything melts, and then it freezes again by morning. This is probably even better for my tests than just a constant but stronger frost. So, no matter how much I traveled, it's neither much nor little. About a month. The wipers are working great. I even tried putting one of the wipers, the shorter one, in the freezer for half a day. The temperature there is -19. Then I took it out, rinsed it with water, and put it back for a few hours. And the result you can see on the screen now, it feels like the cover and mechanism started to work less smoothly. Well, just barely, maybe about 10-15%. Almost the same as the unfrozen wiper. So overall, I was satisfied because, to be honest, I expected worse. But here's what I didn't like about these wipers, and why some might not buy them. It's that they are not designed for high speeds at all. Here, of course, it is necessary to make a reservation that everything is individual and perhaps to blame for everything. The aerodynamics of a specific car. Personally, I tested it on a Peugeot 308 in the T9 station wagon body. However, at speeds close to the maximum allowed on public roads in the Republic of Belarus, Specifically at 120-130 km/h, the wipers start to noticeably clean poorly at the bottom part of the windshield. It's noticeably worse. As soon as you reduce your speed, let's say to 115, everything is fine. Once you hit 120-125, problems start. Who has these or similar wipers installed? Let me know in the comments. Do you have the same thing? Or it's a flaw specific to these wipers? Or it's a feature of the aerodynamics? But I have never noticed anything like this on regular narrow, frameless brushes. And that's probably the only reason I wouldn't recommend them. These wipers are for everyone. If you don't drive on roads where you can easily go 120 without any issues with the traffic police, plus these roads aren't cleaned in winter to that extent. So, can you actually drive at that speed with them? Then the wipers are actually pretty good. How long the rubber bands will last and after what distance they will start to leave marks or say, squeak, I can't tell you. But, let's say, after a month of use, and that's quite regular use because, I repeat, this so-called Euro winter is mild, without frosts, but with a lot of precipitation. It makes you use the wipers quite regularly. So, there's some experience, however little it may be. The wipers have a right to exist. But if you regularly travel between major cities at decent speeds, 120 and above, then I think this option isn't for you. Or take a close look at other videos from other people. What do they say about this? So, you're not a racer, good for you, that's how it should be. The wipers are solid. If anything, all the links are in the video description. Something like that. That's all I have for today. Thanks everyone for watching, and goodbye.